Kirby do what Mario Kart don't. Welcome in. I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. It's 2 hours or so after the direct. I wanted to give it some time to soak in, to really feel out my thoughts. I also just spent 10 minutes recording what I felt like was rambling in too many directions. So I cut that, started again. I want to get out something a little bit more concise. I really enjoyed the direct, just to start there. The course design looks fantastic. It's beautiful. There's a theme song with vocals in it. The music sounds fantastic. There's a second button now, which is crazy to me. I'm almost 30, which means I'm old enough, turning to dust, to have had a GameCube when it came out. I was old enough to see the GameCube get made. Also, if you're almost 30 still playing video games, I'm old enough to see the wheel get invented. My best friend when I was a kid was a dinosaur. Anyway, I'm old, right? And having played Kirby Air Ride, I was excited when I saw this game announced. And from the direct today, I wasn't disappointed in my excitement. It looks like a lot of fun. Copy abilities look super cool. The new mechanics with having a special move depending on the character you're playing looks fantastic. It looks like a great time. I feel like there's no denying that. The only complaint I've seen is that maybe the game moves a little fast if you have motion sickness. I can see you struggling with that. But the new power-up system, all the little intricacies, that's not how you say that word. All the little details. I'm just gonna say I have the word in my head, but I slept for like 2 hours, so it's not happening right now. Intricacies, there it is. I had to try again. In what we've seen in the gameplay so far, even with a one button gameplay, seeing the turbulence following the star collection, how you get different boosts at different times, the fact that every person has a copy ability along with their normal abilities, that every character has a passive, their own passives, which is pretty insane to me. Even with the roster size not being that big, I feel like that's a lot of detail and character design to where I don't mind the roster not being that big. It's still really cool to me. I didn't play Kirby Air Ride that much growing up, so I wasn't shut up about the races. Let me see City Battle. So the races generally looked like a lot of fun, but I'm really excited for the racing portion. I'm really excited for the City Battle portion. 16-man lobbies that look like they're going to be able to host rooms for online. At least I hope that's the case. If so, I'm super excited to do that. Even if they're random online, I'm excited to do that. The new archetypes for the machines, I think they called them, the chariot, the star rider, the wheel rider, air glider, bird plane, whatever. It all looks really fun. I really can't wait to play it. It looks like a great time. It looks very high octane too. It looks very, 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 very high registry, high input. Well, high input of the two buttons, but high input. You know what I mean? It looks great. It looks fantastic. It looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to spend my $70. Which, you know, at this point, I'm just glad it's on it. Maybe by being someone who's bending the knee, I'm part of the problem. You know, I'm part of the issue. I'm part of what's wrong with gaming, whatever you want to call it. But at this point, man, just if it doesn't have an 8 in front of it, and the game's good enough, I'm happy. Would I have liked to see a $60 price tag? I guess, but I already knew in my heart of hearts that wasn't happening. So I wasn't gonna delude myself into having that fantasy that I might see a $70 price tag. I feel like as it is, it's fine, it looks good. And if you make me happy, you make good game, then I'm not gonna, you know, complain too loudly about your price tag. Yeah, he did good. I like seeing Sakurai actually play the game in front of me, especially if there was anything that I was initially confused about, stressing the importance of understanding the game's mechanics. Really cool to me. I really liked that a lot, seeing how everything's gonna work. Visually, it looks a lot like Smash Bros, which I've definitely, you know, juggled within my head how I feel about it. Ultimately, I feel like it's fine. I think game devs should more often copy visual styles from their own works if it means that more games come out more often that are more fun. If choosing to work within that visual style saved any amount of time when making models, when making this amazing looking game, then let it happen. I'm 100% on board with the reuse of assets in that light, because ultimately it's a different game and it doesn't matter. It does matter to some. Let me not say it doesn't matter at all, but at least to me, if it means I get to play my fun video game, then I can't be upset about that at all. It looks like a lot of fun. Looks like a lot of fun. The ultimate abilities, the different ways that the different Kart archetypes work. It looks like there's a lot of depth. It looks like I'm gonna really want to invest. Here's the unlike. I'm afraid to bring up the unlike. I don't want to make people upset. I don't care. Do I? We'll see how I feel in another hour. Mario Kart. Mario Kart for me, just to make the comparison, because I'm addressing the elephant in the room. It's the other Nintendo racer, so we have to talk about it. There's been largely a disappointment to me, and it feels bad. I understand it feels borderline insurmountable to top what was arguably the perfect Mario Kart in 8 Deluxe, right? But World just isn't hitting the mark for me. The new gimmick in wall riding and being able to go anywhere in a course is a lot of fun, but I can't play the courses because Nintendo said I couldn't. I can't pick random and play 3 laps, so I'm forced to play highways, and I feel like it's been loudly echoed amongst plenty of players that highways are not fun. Highways aren't a great time. I don't love playing highway tracks. I don't want to play highway tracks anymore. And when I made the decision to not play highway tracks anymore, Nintendo stopped me. So guess what I've been doing? Not playing Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. I maybe, between the Wii U and the Switch, I had maybe over 1,000 hours in Mario Kart 8/Deluxe. I never sped around it. I just had fun playing it. Played it online, played it with friends. You know, I really enjoyed Mario Kart 8. Can't say this thing about World. I really can't. Again, time trials look fun. I see a lot of clips of really cool shortcuts, but the open world feels underwhelming. The racing, because of the long highways, feels underwhelming. So when I see this game with high octane tracks and, you know, no fluff, no oversaturation of, you know, a billion players in a single race, which honestly I'm very here and there on about Mario Kart having 1,000 players in a single race, but you know that, you know, whatever, that's a preference thing. But I feel like this is gonna scratch my Nintendo Fun Racer itch more than Mario Kart did, because Mario Kart did not scratch that itch for me in any capacity, and it feels bad. I had to talk about it because I feel like it's a comparison everyone's gonna make. They're both fun Nintendo racers. People are gonna make comparisons between the three, between Sonic Racing, because that hasn't come out yet, between Mario Kart World and Kirby Air Riders. I feel like Sonic Racing is gonna be fun for a week and no one's gonna play it ever again. But you know, sure. But Air Riders looks like it'll be the fun that I wish I had with Mario Kart World. And you know what? I'm down for that. Very happy I paid $50 for Mario Kart World, by the way. I was waiting to see what the $80 part of the game was, and it never showed itself. So I'm happy to pay $70 for a game that looks like I'm gonna get my $70 of fun. And that sounds a little, you know, callous. Like, you can't put dollar per fun. I get that. However, I didn't have $80 of fun with Mario Kart World. I'd argue barely 50, but you know, at that point I'm getting too negative. All that is to say, oh my God, my alarm, shut up. I'm not cutting that out. All that is to say, I'm really excited for November 20th for Kirby Air Riders to come out. What do you think? Are you getting the game? Are you getting it day one? Are you gonna go to twitch.tv/DutterPants and play it with me day one? Because I'll be there playing the game day one there. Yeah. Was this also another big thing, because I had a lot of contention going in, but overall I feel like I'm satisfied. Did this direct need to be 45 minutes for you? Me personally, I just need a Nintendo General Direct at this point. The Switch 2's been out for enough time with 2 games that are genuinely new to the console, and I'd like a little more information on what we're getting and dates for those things. But I'm happy that Kirby Air Riders hits the holiday season. I know I'm gonna have that to play along with, you know, Pokemon, whatever. I'll be eating eventually. It just, I'd like to know more about what's on my Nintendo forecast. Either way, thanks for hanging out. I don't want to take too much of your time. Appreciate you talking to me. I don't release a lot of these talking about games videos often, but I like to do it in general on my stream. Again, on twitch.tv/3pants. I'll be live as soon as tomorrow, if you're curious. Either way, thanks. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.